Hey Jazz fans, let's talk about what this fist in the air means. And this one, and these ones. A few Twitter followers reached out to tell me that it made them uncomfortable. This guy said it doesn't look peaceful, and another guy said it's a Marxist symbol. So I want to be clear, I'm not a Marxist, and I believe in nonviolent protest. So why did I choose this symbol? Because I was inspired by its incredible history and meaning, and that's what we're talking about in this 5-minute fight against racism. To start off with, it's true that a raised fist was used by a communist party in Germany in the 1920s. A group called the Red Front Fighters. They patented the fist as part of their uniform and their salute. But think about who they were fighting against. Nazis. In fact, the Nazi salute was a deliberate response to it, with the arm extended and the hand flat instead of clenched. Many RFF comrades died in concentration camps. So rather than thinking of it as a scary communist signal, you can remember that the people who used it before World War II were fighting the Nazis. And lots of other groups have used a raised fist for a variety of different causes. During the Spanish Civil War in the 1930s, Republicans employed the raised fist in their fight against fascism. Around 1950, a Mexico print shop used images of a raised fist to rally oppressed workers to fight together for better working conditions. In the 1960s, a white American activist adopted the symbol in materials that he made for the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, or SNCC. It was a peaceful protest movement for black people that organized bus boycotts, freedom rides, protest marches, fighting for civil rights. And then in 1968, raised fists were seen around the world during the Summer Olympics in Mexico City. John Carlos and Tommie Smith stood on the podium to receive their medals. And as the national anthem played, they stood with their heads bowed and their fists raised high in the air. Tommie with his gold medal and John with his bronze. The silver medalist was a white Australian runner named Peter Norman. Hands to his side, he wore a human rights badge on his jacket, just like John and Tommie. This was a planned demonstration. John Carlos had met with Martin Luther King before going down to Mexico City for the games. Dr. King encouraged him to literally use his podium to call out American inequality. And by the time he stood with Tommie with their fists in the air, Dr. King was dead, and his dream was not fulfilled yet. The U.S. Olympic Committee immediately sent John and Tommie home in disgrace. The runners were banned from all future Olympics, and they were almost stripped of their medals. They received hate mail and death threats, and Peter Norman was ostracized in Australia. At this moment of unrest, the Black Panthers adopted the raised fist to represent black empowerment, and more white people began to fear this symbol because of their own racist assumptions about black people being prone to violence. For John Carlos and Tommie Smith, the fist was always about human rights. When reporters asked John Carlos if the salute meant black power, he said, "Of course, I'm black. Of course it represented power. But it was a cry for freedom. Here, notice me. I'm in need of justice." Let me confess something. The raised fist used to make me feel really uncomfortable. It seemed threatening to me. But now, when I see those fingers clenched together, I see how they represent unity and strength and defiance, power, pride, resistance, resilience, and a demand for more equality. The fact that athletes today like Donovan Mitchell and Mike Conley can wear the raised fist on their shirts along with the logo of the Utah Jazz shows how far things have come. They're not being sent home from the bubble. The league isn't banning these symbols. But America still has not lived up to its promise of liberty and justice for all, especially when it comes to civil rights for black people, criminal justice and education reform, economic opportunity, and more. So the fist remains relevant. If anything, we should be careful to make sure that such a powerful symbol doesn't become a mere marketing device. It's a call to unify in the fight against racism. All right, let's recap. Symbols can mean different things depending on their context. The raised fist has been used by people of many different political beliefs. So yes, it's appeared on communist materials, and so have things like eagles and flags. The raised fist has symbolized anti-fascism. It's been used by socialists and Republicans. It's been a symbol for civil rights within the American political system for decades. Most visibly during the 1968 games in the wake of Dr. King's assassination. And now, when we see it being worn by the jazz players that we love, it represents strength and unity, power, honor, resilience, solidarity. It's a way to say, we're here, notice us. We deserve justice, and we'll fight for it. All right, so there's a lot more going on than we can cover in 5 minutes. There's way more symbolism going on for Tommie and John when they raised their fists at the 68 games, too. So your assignment today is to go learn more about their protest and the symbolism they employed. Check out the link to the Vox video in the description below and share it with somebody. I want you to share it on your Facebook wall or on Twitter. Post a picture of them raising their fists on Instagram. Send it to your grandpa, the one who keeps forwarding you those weird emails. Send it to your boyfriend. You can tag me in it if you want. I'll be there to talk more about it. Thanks for watching 5-Minute Fights Against Racism.